What you say, man? Let's lighten the mood a little bit, man. We didn't talk about the Eagles, and at least for me, let's lighten the mood. I know it's been all peaches and cream for you so far. It's gonna get even better. For me, it's been the Eagles. It's been my pick with Caleb Williams, admitting Jayden, who I like, is gonna be really good. All of that is a lot, but there's nothing more that can make me smile than a Dallas Cowboys blowout loss. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The Dallas Cowboys at the crib against New Orleans Saints. Derek Carr, Alvin Kamara, and this defense storms into Dallas, blows Dallas out, then throws a parade in the streets of Dallas when it's over with. Joe, I have a question for you. It's only week 2. We saw what we saw week 1. Now we've seen what we've seen in week 2 when it comes to these Dallas Cowboys. My question for you is, are these the same old Dallas Cowboys we have seen the last 30-something years? Or are they a different team this year?
Man, AJ, I don't know if you remember when we did our predictions. I was pretty high on the Cowboys. Remember, I said this is gonna be I feel like it's gonna be a year when they can break through that 49ers curse. I know it's week 2. I know it's early. But AJ, yes, it's the same old Cowboys, dog. You can't lose this bad. You can't. And then after the Browns game, I even mentioned it. They ain't look good then. The defense did, but they played Deshaun Watson. And Turpin had a kickoff return. But the offense had 2 good drives the whole game. I said that. 2 good drives the whole game. The other drives, they couldn't move the ball for real. And then you watch this game, I thought we were playing. They were selling for field goals like a mug. Right? But allowing 6 touchdowns on the first 6 drives, AJ? No. That's unacceptable. At home, when you were undefeated? So, I gotta say it, man. Like, these are the same old Cowboys. I'm so disappointed. I know people say, "Oh, it's regular season." Like, shout out to my boy Tomo. What he would say is, "I want to see the playoffs." Tomo, these are signs from the past. What y'all do? Y'all get blown out randomly by some team. In the regular season. I don't see teams that make it to the Super Bowl
get blown out like this.
Yeah,
Not like this. Not like this.
Like every year, I feel like the Cowboys have won a game when they just get smashed like this. Like every year, it's one game like this. So, and it came to the Saints in week 2. So, yes, I'm going to say the same old Cowboys, man.
Last week, I gave the Cowboys credit. And if you remember when I gave them credit, I got close to the camera and said, I won't have to do this again, though. That's going to change pretty soon. I won't have to do this for long. I remember doing that. I remember getting real close. Like, I might feel differently pretty soon. And sure enough, bro, the Dallas Cowboys, Derek Carr threw the ball 16 times, Joe. He threw the ball 16 times. He ended the game with 243 yards with 2 touchdowns. He did throw a pick. But 243 yards off of 16 passing attempts, bro. I'm going to make – I said this before the season started. I'm going to say it again. I don't think this is the same old Dallas Cowboys. Because the same old Dallas Cowboys to me is 12-5, 12-5, 12-5. This Dallas Cowboys team, I think, is going to be worse than the same old Cowboys. I think they're going to be worse. Them losing Bland early in this season, we'll see how he looks when he comes back. That really hurts. They have a daunting schedule coming up. They got the Ravens coming up. The Ravens ain't won a game yet. They thirsty for a win. They own NFC teams. They've been beating NFC teams for a minute. At least Lamar been beating NFC teams for a minute now. So that's going to be a tough matchup. You're playing a defense that is, in my opinion, maybe hasn't looked like it so far. But they're playing a defense, in my opinion, that's still a tick better than the Saints defense. They can run the ball, right? And your issues are still the same. They can't, similar to the Eagles, they cannot stop the run. When you run at Michael Parsons, it's there. You run up the middle. They defensive tackles, they got to figure something out with the defensive interior of that line. You can run you can run right between the tackles. You can run right at Michael Parsons. It's a 5-yard gain here, 5-yard gain there. And then you get that going enough. And guess what, Joe? Here come the play action. That's how you could throw the ball 16 times and put up 243 yards. Because now they so heck bent on stopping the run. We got to figure out a way to stop the run. Now, when you hit him with that play action, the whole field open. I don't trust that back end. I don't trust the back end without Bland out there. Diggs is fresh off of ACL. I don't think he's looked bad so far, but he ain't looked super impressive to me either so far, to be truthfully honest with you. Ain't like he giving up a bunch of big plays, but he don't look like the guy that's coming out there making a bunch of plays either that he was before the injury. So that's the problem. And then you got Dak. This is the thing, bro. You can't put this loss on Dak. Shout out to Reese. Oh my goodness, y'all bringing up Dak. Before we even bring up Dak, you can't put this on Dak. Everything can go wrong and y'all say it's Dak's fault. This is my problem with Dak. It's the same old. This is the part of the Cowboys that's the same old saying. It's the same story with Dak every single season. If that defense getting stops, if that defense getting turnovers, he gonna run it up. He might throw 40 on the board by the end of the day. He might throw 50 on the board by the end of the day. But if that defense having a bad day, he ain't gonna save you. He gonna make it worse every time. Just about every time. Only time I can think he didn't make it worse recently was that Seattle game last year.
That's the only game.
That's the only time, bro. Any other time the defense is struggling, Dak gonna make it worse. He gonna go out there forcing it. He gonna go out there forcing it. He gonna throw interceptions. I think he threw two. If I'm not, he threw two interceptions. One of them, the guy slipped. So okay.
But the second one, though.
But the second one, I'm telling you,
and he fumbled, almost lost a fumble.
It's like he starts to go into hero mode. He starts to go into panic mode. When this defense ain't getting the stops needed, he is guaranteed to make the situation work or worse. Packers game, same dang thing in the playoffs. So it's a reoccurring thing with Dak. If everything is right for Dak, Dak gonna get it done. He gonna get it. He's gonna, and not only is he it's one end of the spectrum or the other, Joe. If that defense getting it done, he gonna play exceptionally well. If that defense ain't playing well, he gonna play really, really bad, bro. That's the thing with him, bro. This team goes as the defense goes. Now, them missing Ferguson does hurt. We're not gonna hide that.
That's a safety blanket.
That's a safety blanket that he's missing. I think he's one of the best tight ends in the league on the low.
I like Ferguson.
He not talked about enough, but Ferguson be making plays not only in the run game but in the pass game. Yeah, he's a pretty good player. I give credit where it's due when it comes there. So them missing him definitely hurts. It definitely hurts. It's CeeDee Lamb or bust. Cooks is what he is, But
get a ball with the money out, right?
Dak just got paid. CD just got paid. But at the end of the day, man, I think this Cowboys team, and this is another reason why, and I'll end it with this. This is another reason why I think this Cowboys team is worse than years in the past. It's a psychological thing, bro. It's the same thing I said about the Niners and what we saw from the Eagles last season. When you are at a point where you're favored, we got home field advantage now. All of the stars are aligning. We the 2 seed in the conference. We get to play the Green Bay Packers. They ain't been in the playoffs yet. They're young. We get past them. We got to play at the time, I think, Detroit, or it might have been Tampa. I can't remember which team it was. But going into that game, you win that first round matchup. You're confident if you're a Cowboys fan. This will be the first year we get to the NFC Championship game in forever. This is the year we do it. And then you fall flat on your face. People want to move on from that. But it's hard resetting that when you feel like it was right there for you and you didn't get it. I feel the same way about the Niners that we're going to talk about shortly. You get all the way to the hype. You get all the way to the Super Bowl. Oh, man, we finna do this. We are here. This is our opportunity. You fall flat on your face. And then the next season, it's hard to recover. It's really hard to recover from that type of thing. The Eagles, I feel like, are in a tick of a better situation because everything broke down from last season and they retooled. You know what I mean? But as far as the Cowboys are concerned, bro, last year was emotionally draining, bro. It was. People not talking about that enough. And this schedule, like I said, it ain't getting easier. So I'm not gonna say it's the same old Cowboys, Joe. I'm gonna say this Cowboys team is a tick worse than 12-5.
Dang, you right. If they would have beat the Packers, they would have played the Buccaneers.
As a Cowboy fan and as a Cowboy player, you're confident. No shot at Tampa, who's playing really good ball right now.
That
year, the way that defense in Dallas, undefeated in Dallas, the way that defensive line was getting home, the way that secondary Bland was pick six. I mean, they was playing well.
Dang.
You think this is our year, bro, and they fall flat on their face.
Oh my gosh.
That's in the back of their mind, whether they want to acknowledge it or not. It's still in the back of their mind, and you can tell because the moment the game start getting out of hand, the heads drop. Dang, here we go. Dak first interception. We down 14-0. Dak first interception. Oh my goodness. You see Michael Parsons looking up.
I know, right? He looking up constantly. When they scored a touchdown on his, they ran on his side. He looking like, I'm like, bro, they ran at you.
Oh, bro. They got a lot of issues, and this year I think it's even worse, bro. I think it's even worse.
Man, speaking of issues.